Let's do a walk around of the bike. Again, before I clean it, wash it. Just got back from South America, so I'll show you what's on the bike. I bought the bike and it was pretty much kitted out. So this is what somebody else did to it. Some of it I would do, some of it I wouldn't. But I'll show you what's on it, and then it'll give you an idea. And there might be things that I'll change, but you'll understand that in another video. Okay, so here you go, T7, luggage off. The only bag that's on the back is, oh, that's Leo. If you hear anybody crying, that's Leo, he wants to be in the video. This is, the bag on the back is where I keep hydration pack and my bike cover. So let's go tires. So these tires, if you look at the tread on them, I put these on in Antofagasta in Chile. So these have come all the way from Chile. People don't believe these tires last this long, but there's ridiculous amounts of tread left. You could probably get another, I don't know, 5,000 miles out of this roof if I wanted to. But I'm going to Alaska, so I'm changing up to knobby tires. Okay, on the front end, the Cherbis Z-Mud. These Gators, I've put these on multiple race bikes, probably a couple of dozen race bikes and lots of other bikes. And ever since I started using these, I haven't had a single seal failure. So they're not even, I think, $30, so definitely worth having. Upgraded brake lines, braided. They come along with the Alt-Rider high fender kit. So nice clean setup on the front. High fender, I prefer a high fender myself. Headlight protection guard, don't know what brand this is, there's nothing written on it. Alt-Rider for the windshield to be able to move it up and down. I find this windshield, I ride with it all the way up. I just find it a little bit short. I'm 6'1", taller in the body, so I ride it with it up at the maximum. Graphics, by the way, 3D Cal, Sticker Stoke did the graphics. I did the design, they did the print. Camel ADV turn signals, front and rear. Sadly, this company at the moment is out of business, but I know they might be back in business soon. This is Highway dirt bikes, and these are pretty much the strongest hand guards that money can buy. Double take mirrors with the new arms. These are their adventure mirrors. They're great. We'll put these on every single bike. Apollo heated grips. These originally I had these mirrors. These are fold out. These come with highway dirt bikes, but in traffic this makes your bike about 6 to 8 inches wider. So because of that, I went with a double take. Garmin Zumo navigation on a motor pumps mount, and it's a lockable mount. If we can see in there, but that's the lock right there that comes with a proprietary key, so you can leave that on there nice and secure. 360, so 360 video, and the 360 arm makes it invisible. Normal standard 360 stuff. Levers were cheapo. These are, I believe these were from Amazon or eBay. They're just cheap levers, but they're adjustable and folding levers. A Cherbis tank, it's the big tank, the 6.1 gallon. I use a standard cap. Scott steering dampener and a riser setup. Highway dirt bikes comes with a top clamp. This right here is a chain oiler. This is something, focus. Yeah, this right here is a chain oiler. So you basically make an eighth of a turn, and that is fed down to the chain, and there you go, there's the name on it right there. And the oil in that will last about the same length of time that an oil change will. Upgraded handlebars. So these are the Pro Taper handlebars. These are the Evo Adventure High. Seat Concept seat. I have the stock rear seat and the Seat Concept front. The reason for the stock seat is it sits lower, so it keeps my luggage lower. I have a replacement because this is just worn out over the duration. Giant loop fuel bag. These are green chili adventure gear straps. The reason I have extra straps is because if I'm on, let's say, a ferry, or if I broke down, I have my own straps with me. I don't have to rely on anything else, and extra security for the bag that's on the back. Molly pouch from Moscow has my bike cover and hydration in it. HP Corsa can and MTC full catless exhaust system, and also in there I have a power commander because I was not exactly happy with the flash that, I forget the name of the company, but the one that do most of the flashes for people. There's too many dead spots in it, so I went with a power commander, and it's way better. Bash plate, this is the plastic one. I don't remember the name of it. Is it XRP, something like that? X something. I'll figure it out and I'll put it in the description. But this one, I like this one because it covers the water pump, so you have that extra protection for the water pump. Baja Designs lights both sides, and these are on a skiing dimmer, so these, when I turn the bike on, these are on at about 70%, and then they go to high beam, they go to 100%. Crash bars are SW Motec, and they're crap. They really are. They're not good. They're made out of steel, so if you scratch them, they rust. They're bent and buckled from just a couple of minor drops. I've bent them back into shape multiple times, so I wouldn't recommend these at all. Not in the slightest. What else do we have on here? We have a center stand, SW Motec again, which is again a steel one. It's extra heavy. Was on the bike, don't really need it, but it was on the bike, so I kept it. The top rack, the guy liked SW Motec, obviously, SW Motec rack, and then this is the Noblin from Moscow, and that's Leo making a noise. It's okay, Leo. So I'll look over here. Pegs, I believe are Bosley, and they're, I think, 30 down and 30 back, so that's good. The racks, these racks, just to keep the Moscow luggage off the plastics, I made these in Ecuador. These are stainless steel. There was some aluminum ones on there and they just failed, so I made some out of stainless steel, welded them up, so they're ultra strong, they're not going to rust. And then what else do we have on here that you guys need to know? Suspension was done when I bought the bike, and then it was also done again by Race Tech in Ecuador, so it's a mix-up of a few different companies. Another thing on so my bike is a 21, so another thing on the windshield, this is the anti-bobble from Camel ADV, so it stops all that flex and movement up there. And then another thing from Camel ADV on this bike was the side stand. A buddy brought this down to me in South America because the stock one was it was leaning way too far, so this is a steel version versus the aluminum one, but the stock version. And here's another shot of the rusted up crash bars and bent in. Yeah, they're not great. So chain wise, I actually just replaced it. It was the first thing I did when I got back. The chain guard I took off, one of the mounts had failed, so I took it off, but it kind of gets in the way when you're doing tire changes. So currently I'm at 127,997 kilometers, and that's about my bike setup. It's been good. No complaints. Seriously, no complaints. Well, there might be a tail tidy in there. No idea who that's from. I had to fix the exhaust because of the turn signals were directly in line, and the only thing I could find quickly on the road, which is actually a hinge that I bolted together. But as for the bike, it's still fires up like new. Still sounds good. Still sounds good after 128,000 kilometers. And that HP Corsa is rip-roaring fun. So if you have any questions about the setup, just let me know. If there's anything that I missed, point it out to me. Oh, here's something I missed. The front rim is not a stock front rim, it's a XL, because the front one is made out of Swiss cheese, so has a stronger rim on it. But I think, oh, here you go, I keep spotting things. Alt-Rider, let me get out there the lights. This is an Alt-Rider piece for radiator protection, because the stock is plastic. But yeah, there you go. That is my T7. That's my setup.